Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is a special Super Indy qualifier match. Introducing first, he weighs in at 192 pounds, wrestling out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Here is Country Jack, Corey Hollis.
We are checking out a Super Indy qualifying matchup here in the International Wrestling Cartel. We thank you for joining us here, however you decide to join us, whether it's on IWC.com, IWC Home Video, our YouTube, our Facebook. 2 stars making their IWC debut.
And
very well known in the South. Corey Hollis in the ring, waiting
in at 175 pounds, wrestling out of Atlanta, Georgia. Here is Kyle Matthews.
Kyle Matthews is tournament tested. He competed in the vaunted Super 8 tournament a year ago in Delaware. A technically inclined individual basing his career in the state of Georgia. An individual that is trained in the 0-1 organization, in their dojo, and also was voted the annual Future Legend Award by the esteemed Cauliflower Alley Club in Las Vegas, Nevada. Kyle Matthews, mentored by the late Nightmare Ted Allen down in Georgia. A man that's had many wars and allegiances with the likes of Jimmy Rave and a number of others. Matthews competed actually in a pre-show matchup for TNA Impact Wrestling about a year ago as well. His opponent in the ring is Corey Hollis. Corey Hollis was voted a runner-up in 2010 in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Rookie of the Year Award. He's also one half of Alabama Attitude, along with Mike Posey, a tag team that has had some success all down the south of the United States and into Ring of Honor as well. Hollis bases his career out of the state of Alabama. Super Indy coming your way this June, as it does most years. Court Time Sports Center, Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Check IWCWrestling.com for more details. A lot of controversy surrounding the Super Indy tournament and the championship each and every week, each and every year. Of course, the champion, that title has changed hands a number of times. Logan Shulo left 2012 with the championship. Anthony East picked up from there as Matthews connects with Hollis, center of the ring. We've seen a recent return of just the demonic Gory, who has targeted many, many individuals on his path of destruction, as Hollis finds too. Facade looking for a shot back at the Super Indy gold after losing that via controversial circumstances at the end of 2002. So it should be interesting to see how the field progresses in the weeks ahead. The incumbent champion, of course, in recent years has defended that title each and every year at Super Indy. And we're going to find out which individual will be the next name definitively on that list. Matthews makes his way back to his feet, but Hollis staying the aggressor. Hollis, the smaller of the two. I've had a chance to see both these men compete a couple of times in their careers throughout this country. There's a roll-up, Pat O'Connor style, but Matthews pushed off into the turnbuckle. Hollis has Matthews elevated, plants him down solidly. That could do it here as well. Great back and forth action. Not the first time these men have collided with one another, as Hollis cinches in with the chin lock. Hollis is built very compact, but he's got a lot of power. He has a very solid amateur background as well. Matthews connects with a jawbreaker, not something you're going to see, certainly in the amateur ranks. Matthews has challenged for major championships, world championships. NWA world title when held by Adam Pearce, Ring of Honor world title when held by Davey Richards. He'd love to contend for Super Indy. Kyle connects. And Kyle get up far to the outside. A little heat-seeking missile action. And this crowd is rocking. Here in the IWC Night of Superstars, we haven't even officially gotten underway yet. And it's Matthews, connects with a crossbody. Could be all here, cover and an ear fall. Referee Jake Clemens gets 2 and a lot of change. Matthews may look to finish this thing off, but Hollis intercepts. And Hollis turns right into a vaulting drop kick from Kyle Matthews. Sends Hollis back into that turnbuckle. And now high-risk situation. Kyle Matthews has Hollis perched. Huge palm strike. Right to the side of the jaw. Right where the ramus of the mandible articulates with the mandibular fossa of the temporal bone. And Corey Hollis is in trouble. And it's Kyle Matthews going for all or nothing with the superplex. Hollis puts the brakes on. And Hollis, only about 3 years in the game, turns it around. The Cornbread Clash is gonna do it. One of Hollis' specialties, and an ear fall.
5 minutes gone by in this contest, 5 minutes.
Hollis has won many a match with that maneuver, the Cornbread Clash, and you can see the shock on Hollis' face. That was not enough. Kyle is measured. Connecting with a kick to the temple. Hollis is out on his feet. Up and over with a roll-up. And kick right to the side of the jaw. Matthews has Hollis dazed. Huge impact to the corner. The inside cradle. Kyle Matthews is going to Super Indy.
Here is your winner, Kyle Matthews.
Super Indy keeps getting bigger and bigger every single year. A tradition for 12 years running. And once we hit the Super Indy 13, we'll be lucky or unlucky for so many of these stars. What will the fate be of Kyle Matthews? Oh my God. An unlucky fate right now as that's Gory. I don't even believe Gory works here. He's been coming out of the shadows for months. He's surrounded by staff and security, but he still gets away. We haven't seen, oh, come on. Put her down. What is wrong with you? We have not seen Gory as an active competitor since the summer. And Gory, he's got a hostage and he just got out the back door. Stop him. Kyle Matthews is in Super Indy, but Gory is in everybody's heads.